Peace and light, peace and love. Thank you for joining the Pretty Priestess again. We're all about beauty, life, and magic, and all the shit that goes on into this world, and how we can insert ourselves in there, make this world a better place, but show up confidently while we do it. So, peace to everybody this week. I had a beautiful weekend. I hope you enjoyed that. What was that? The Pisces full moon energy. I really hope that you got out there, set some intentions, cut loose all of the shit that doesn't serve you. That's the work for the full moon. And so, what a week and a half was going on. I heard about that Fat Joe Ja Rule versus. Totally missed that shit. I'm all team Fat Joe though. I didn't get to see it. I'm gonna have to check it out for myself. I'm not interested in no one else's opinion because I'm biased, and I've heard some of the stories about a little bit of static in the midst of all of that. I ain't really pressed for all of that. I'm sure that was addressed and cleaned up because, at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think Fat Joe is a positive light out here in this world. I think that he's just a good guy at the end of the day. Now, who's perfect? No one. This I know for sure. But I don't know. I just like his energy. I really do. I like his energy. Even when he's showing up on Instagram looking like he done had a few. But, hey, check it and I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. And then I had a oh no, hell no moment when I went to the gym the other day. And there was this old man who had on this t-shirt. And it said, you need to stand for the flag and kneel for the cross. Now this was an elder, so I didn't really check that ass like I wanted to. But I thought to myself, wow, how disconnected is that shit? Dude, are you aware of why folks is kneeling for the flag? Are you aware of what's going on here? Did you hear that they killing our kids? Did you hear about that shit? Did you watch the man who got his neck kneeled on as a result for that? Where was the cross kneeling for that one? And I just, and then I'm not even going to really get into this whole religious thing and kneeling for the cross and all of this bullshit. But I really do, in my humble opinion, and no disrespect to nobody's system in which they hold sacred within their hearts. However, in my humble opinion, I think us following this religious system connected to this cross is part of the reason why we're in the condition that we're in. Now, I know that there's been a lot of victory because trust me when I tell you, my roots is definitely from Christianity. So I got mad love for that system. However, what I do know is most of these cats that's living in poverty and not living their most victorious lives are up under a system, are up under an oppressive system that has not really been reciprocating the love that's been exhibited throughout this Christianity community. And I'm talking about most specifically those individuals that got gods that don't even look like them. And it just hurts my feelings to see individuals show love and reverence in an image that's not their own. I think that's kind of twisted at best. However, I do think that this is a system that can be useful in helping you release some bondages if the mentality and the mindset is right. Now, there's some other cats that would definitely argue, and I'm on the fence. What is the whether or not, does it even matter? Does it even matter what the race is of the Christ deity that's projected within that system? I'm not really sure, but from my experience, from what I'm noticing, is that has been a system of racism and white supremacy. And for someone to approach you with a God that's in their image and get somebody that does not have that image to worship that God, that's a big fat mind fuck in my humble opinion. Because I don't think they really get they're not making the connection. But then you can't even hold that expectation that the connection is going to be made, because if you benefiting from a system that's holding other people back, why in the hell can we count on you to hold folks accountable and to keep this a system of justice and integrity? We're not going to do it. And that goes with anybody. And I think that this is just part of humanity within itself. Human nature wants to look out for their best interests. But then again, we also got some individuals, like I said, especially in this African diaspora. I'm not really sure if you're looking out for your best interest if your God look like somebody else. I think that your image of the Most High, of the divine, is divine. If God made you in his own image, then why does it upset you so to have the image look like you? Or if it does, or why would you allow that to move past you? Ain't no way in hell you finna show up and present me with a deity that looked like somebody else in somebody's image and I worship them. Is that my Most High God? Now, let's make no mistake about it, because I do got the white Jesus right here on my altar. I rocks with him, but that ain't my Lord and Savior, my Most High, that is not where my source of righteousness is being connected to. It is another system that I work with, just like working with Ganesh, Lakshmi, Persephone, Sedna, any of the other energies that's going to help you to achieve desired results. But I'm getting past all of that, because I'm here not to try to beat anybody up about their particular system, but more to get us to really check our hats at the door and recognize the importance of a divine image. The importance of a divine image. Because when you don't see yourself as capable of holding that image of what you view as righteousness, then you got some fundamental issues that's fucking with your esteem. It's messing with your esteem in a big way. And so with that, I had a big issue with the disconnect, because it seems like what we have with this whole system of racism, white supremacy, is a collective gaslight. And it's just very disappointing that other individuals have a difficult time connecting to the reality that we have a disproportionate treatment of individuals in the African diaspora here. Oh, and if you don't think that I'm telling the truth, I'm making this shit up, let's take a look at current events and what's going on right about now. Because we had this issue with immigration for so many years, and when Donald Trump was president, he wanted to build a wall, and everyone was outraged with his audacity. And then I don't know what the hell that was. It a concentration camp that was getting the Mexican brothers and sisters and gathering them up and shit like that and separating their families, all of that shit and whatnot. And we think to ourselves, well, damn, why can't they, when they get up there, load them back up on the bus and cart their asses right on back across that border, take them home? What's the thing? You know, instead of housing them, feeding them, sucking up resources and shit to make sure that these cats is taken care of and everything, why can't we do that? I'm not really sure. And then fast forward into the recent times where we pulled out of Afghanistan, the Taliban took back over, or whatever in the hell's going on, and we have opened our arms with the embrace here in the United States. We, many, opened their arms to embrace the Afghani refuge with open arms. Not saying there's a damn thing wrong with that, because their country is in turmoil and they're in fear of their safety, and they're coming here to seek refuge, whatever. But what happened in Haiti? What happened in Haiti? So apparently, Haiti's president informed the United Nations, along the United States, that they didn't need a shipment of coronavirus vaccinations because they had some other type of way of addressing that. They had this herb that was really helping folks out. We didn't need that shit and all of that. Fast forward, this dude ends up dead. Somebody assassinates him. So the country is in turmoil there. Then, of course, we know about the disaster that went down over there. So Haiti is in turmoil. Natural disaster along with political disasters going on over there. They come to the United States to seek refuge, and guess what they are approached with? They got cops on horses with whips, shooing them the hell away. Put these people back on a plane. Sunk their asses right back to Haiti. We can't do that nowhere else, but we can absolutely do it for the Haitians. What is the difference? What is the difference? Well, we know what the difference is. The Haitian skin tone is what the difference is. So this is the type of country that has a twisted ass, disconnected ass version of justice. And yet they still hold the expectation that those within the African diaspora, or any damn other races, or anyone in particular with a track history like that, should hold faith, trust, and confidence in a system that lacks integrity. Hook me up now. Get the fuck out. Come on, man. Somebody. It just doesn't make sense. And we're at a point right now where it's time for us to start really speaking out. Full moon in Pisces. Let's get it. Emotions is high, and I am feeling some type of way about what is happening. The root of it is the divine image. We don't see ourselves as sovereign people. And so we will sit back and allow this shit to happen to us. Oh, you don't believe me? His name is Dr. Falchi. Falchi. And we getting guidance from this dude. Did we forget about what happened in 1981? Go back and check what 1981 was a drill. So here we are with a new epidemic. 81, it was the AIDS virus. Who put the hype on that? Had everybody scared about that, thinking the whole family was going to be infected. Shit was out of control. AIDS was going to wipe you out. The AZT can save you, though. Then later said, well, yeah, I knew it wasn't going to work. Where's the integrity at? So I got to give a big fat shout out to Nicki Minaj, who spoke out and had some questions. And for merely questioning the authority, there was just a lot of backlash, especially from folks that look like us, look like her, look like the African diaspora, because I don't want to not include anybody. I'm here to speak truth. that was upset with her for questioning what was going on. And my thing is, if this inoculation, if this jab is life-saving and it's going to be, then why in the hell is you mad when anybody have a question? See, if everything is, here's what makes people feel suspicious. Because if everything is on the up and up, why so much pressure? Why so much pressure? What in the hell? Especially for something where there's a 98%, I know in the high 90s survival rate. It's a potential of you getting killed from the measles. Ain't nobody forcing the injection. There's a potential of you dying from the flu. So it concerns me that we're not allowed to ask questions. And when she proposed a question, a statement saying that she was uncertain because a friend of the family said that they had received this injection, became impotent, the wedding was called off. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's a life screw at best, right? Very unfortunate if that is true. However, the assumption was made that there was no truth in that. Dr. Falchi got on there and said there's no evidence to support that. We just swallow everything this man say. His name is Falchi. Okay. I know I ain't dealing with no doctor whose name is Falchi. But anyway, I'm just going to really allow us all to sit with that. Because if we want to talk about Falchi, let's talk about how we can reroute it with some Feng Shui. And this right now is the perfect time for us to really, really do some energetic cleansing and really align ourselves up for some really powerful intentions right now, just on really aligning our homes with the energy that's going to support that with Feng Shui, which means wind and weather. Feng Shui deals with eliminating the foul chi and replacing it with good chi. And you can do that with Feng Shui. So I got a backward map, and it tells you about the different energy centers. Your house got chakras, baby, within the house where you can make those adjustments. I'm not going to get into a Feng Shui lesson, but what I will tell you where you can start off from ground one is by cleansing the space. And that just means cleaning your house, getting rid of all of those things that you're no longer using. You can't fit no more. It's not useful. It's in the way. Clearing out all of the clutter and really getting the home organized. That's your grounds, the very bare floor minimum that you can do. And you can actually feel the vibe just raise up once that happens. Especially for me, I'm one of those people, I can get cluttersome. So I got to clean up just about every day because I'm just all over the place, right? And if I don't, the shit will get out of control. For me, this Bakwa map, for each of the rooms, everyone's house is designed a little differently. But there's energy center for wisdom, harmony, and knowledge, career, and self-work. These are connected to the water element. And so you're going to get your home in alignment with the water element and all of those things that's going to put you in the energy of career, self-work, wisdom, harmony, and knowledge. All of those things that may bring that energy as far as you're concerned. This is a personal thing because this is your home, right? Your home is like an altar, and there's different elements for different sections of the house. So I just talked about the water, but we also have the wood, the metal, the earth, and the fire element within Feng Shui. And different rooms are in alignment with those elements. You got with the fire element, the love, marriage, and relationships, right? And so with those, you're going to move those towards the energetic patterns of that particular intention that you want to set. It is a really powerful move. So if you have a room that's located on the fire energy center and is connected to the love, relationship, and marriage portion of that, you are going to align your room to support that. So what is it that you're going to do? Is it the special colors that you need? Is it going to be some scent, some aromatherapy? Maybe you have some special crystals you want to line up for that. Maybe just a certain color of furniture, or what if it's where your room is at? Now check that one out. You know, you can really do some work with that. However it goes down, the way that your house is designed and everything, Feng Shui is going to help you to eliminate the foul chi and increase the good chi for your household. In the fall time, which is my favorite time of year, the trees start to turn that honey gold, or like my teacher Miss Blue, she says it's the brown sugar time of year. Let's get it, y'all. I love that. This right here is a beautiful time to really get yourself in alignment, get rid of that foul chi, and get you some positive chi within your house. This is a Pisces moon right about now. I cannot walk away without telling you about how to really connect with that energy. If you didn't already get with that Pisces full moon yesterday when it was out and about, I was definitely working with it, right? But this goddess Sedna is a mermaid goddess, right? And so let me just give you a quick background on her story, right? So her dad was trying to get her connected to suitors, and he would hook her up with people she wouldn't like them and everything. So after a while she got mad and showed up and said she was marrying the dog, and her dad got pissed and threw her into the ocean, where she began to rot and grow a fishtail in her. And when she tried to, hold up, let me back up. And he threw her into the ocean, and when she tried to get back onto the boat to save herself, her dad cut her fingers off so she wouldn't be able to climb back onto the boat. She sunk down into the bottom. Her body, the lower body turned into a fishtail, and she became a mermaid, and her fingers became the sea creatures of the earth. So now, with that, she is a goddess that is connected to the sea, the sea creatures, that whole Pisces energy. So in some cultures, they call her the big bad woman, because the energy is somewhat unpredictable, as they say sometimes that the lower vibrating end of Pisces energy can be at sometimes. But it's not because there's no reason behind it and it's just erratic and spontaneous and volatile. Typically, when those individuals with moons in Pisces, or a lot of strong Pisces placement in their chart, if they don't address a lot of issues that's bothering them, if it becomes suppressed, it festers up, it bubbles up, and it turns into something different. But when you're working with Sedna, she's a really good ally to work with when you're dealing with a lot of the indignities that show up in life, like a fool that's wearing a shirt that's completely disconnected, and you don't want to cuss the elders out for the foolishness that you've just spotted, or any of the other madness, or anytime someone is getting upset with you for merely asking a question about something that's so important, such as your health and well-being. This is a good goddess to work with, the goddess Sedna, who works really well with that Pisces energy. And one of the other things that you can do to connect really well with that is get you a dead sea salt or a sea salt bath, and add a couple of drops of the yang ylang oil to it. That yang ylang oil, it activates that Pisces energy. So if you have that on your chart, it's going to work out in a special way for you. Get with that shit, family. I'm here to tell you, I love when I'm all in my feelings and I'm feeling some type of way. That yang ylang is the thing to get with, if I'm pronouncing that right. The animal totem that Sedna works with is the seal. And the seal opens up your consciousness to where your dreams are and your deepest desires are. So at this particular time for this Pisces moon, really focus on what it is you really want to do with that and visualize it, because this is a time to do it and you can still kick that energy from that moon. But I'm going to wrap it up right about now, family, because I gotta go. But I do want you to really consider, with this change of season and eliminating that Falchi, by getting with some of these principles of Feng Shui and really working with the goddess Sedna in helping to regulate those emotional highs and lows, so that the little shit, the petty shit, like a sad ass t-shirt, doesn't set you off like it did me. You know, this happened a few days ago and I'm still steaming on it. So with that, I'm working with her myself, and I'm definitely moving past that energy, and this is why I can tell you that with a good natured sense of humor. Still a little festivity charged on it, but not enough to go out and approach somebody. So I do feel like that this was a goddess that definitely helped me to not get beside myself in a time where the emotions is high. So I'm going to end it now with a little bit of Gil Scott-Heron. I have no rights to his music, but I do think the sound is dope and live and appropriate for this particular time. So peace and light, peace and love, family.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out.
Won't. Peace,
You will
y'all.
not be able to lose yourself on stag